Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. I'm going to dive right into the analysis here tonight a little bit earlier because we have some pretty big news. We had a lot of earnings today. We had Pfizer, we had UPS in the morning, and let me take a look very quickly at UPS, not up, UPS. And it was down actually 8.2% today, even on a beat on EPS, but it was down on revenue. But still, down 8% is a pretty significant amount. And looking right now live at Microsoft earnings, they actually had a double beat, but down about half a percent at the moment. Starbucks we'll get into actually in a little bit later. I want to take a look at AMD very quickly. AMD down about 5.85%. Miss on EPS, up in revenue. And finally, we'll take a look at the heavy hitter right now, which is bringing down the markets. Google down about 5.42%. And it was actually a double beat, but I'm assuming guidance is not too good. But again, we actually had a double beat as well back here in October, and the market proceeded to continue to rally up. But again, that doesn't mean I expect the markets to continue up in a straight line. Although, you know, in my yesterday's video, I actually did say on my title that the S&P 500 could pump to 5,100 and that it should continue, right? So I expect that this dip here that we're probably going to get in the coming days should be supported. Now, tomorrow we have some really big news. It's going to be the Fed's fund rate and the FOMC statement. And on top of that, we have a lot of Canadian data, I believe, and the ADP non-farm payrolls. But sorry, not Canadian data, but a bunch of other data like Europe and Japan, all reporting a bunch of stuff. So we'll have to see how the day is going to turn out tomorrow. But overall, this is not too good. You know, it's going to bring down the NASDAQ. These earnings are not the greatest. So it is bringing down the indices right now in the after hours. Let's dive into what we're going to be doing if the markets do dip. So that right now, I have everything set up as a 1-2-1-2. Now, if the markets pull back here, then we should potentially have a nice little buy around the 4,800 area. Now, this is basically a 100-point drop on the S&P 500 or a 10-point drop on the SPY. It would be about 1.6, 1.7%. This level here should be defended, right? With this previous top and this breach that we just, you know, broke out of, we should retest this as support, and it should hold, and we should continue up in a wave 3, right? So that's essentially it. There's not much to it. When you look at the SPY on the daily, we have confirmed a red dot top, right? It does now. It's showing a retrace and an AVC correction. Now this would mean that the fifth wave is done, and we are not going to go higher. I don't like this as much. I would actually like to see this extend higher and higher and higher before seeing a significant top in the market. When I look at the weekly, everything is looking quite bullish on the weekly. It doesn't show any signs of a significant top in the market. The monthly time frame, you know, we got that red dot back in October, and then boom, a massive reversal and a green dot confirmation on the monthly, showing that we have many months ahead of us for more, you know, upside in the market essentially before we see any significant drop or pullback. But again, obviously data can change things quite quickly. But we look at the SPY on the daily time frame here, nothing to see really. And then looking at the 2-day, the 3-day, the 4-day, and the weekly, I don't see anything, right? But looking at the smaller time frames, 4 hour, you're getting some more selling here. A couple actually on today's price, actually we did get some selling. So again, it's pulling back at the moment. We'll have to follow up to see if we do see it, you know, a significant drop in the market. If we take out 480 and we start to do a bigger retrace, that means it would probably be a bigger 1-2, which means this 2 is still in play. But I would not like this setup because it would mean that this was your A and this is an overshooting B wave, and then it's coming back down into C, which I don't like at all. And then that's forcing the chart, and that's something you never want to do. But yeah, that's the setup that I have right now. let's take a look at Starbucks. I actually want to start off with Starbucks because they have earnings and they are up 4% in the after hours. Now, we've been talking about this stock for quite a bit of time. I've been doing analysis on it, and I've said it would come into this buy area. The buy area did pierce, right? But it was ultimately defended. In the end, there was just too many buyers. You had them try and fill this gap down here, which they did. And then you're starting to rally up, and you broke the trend on the 4-hour. You retested with confirmation, and now you're up 4% in the after hour. So again, I didn't know what earnings were it was going to do. And to be honest, it was a double, the two misses on earnings, on revenue and EPS. So that's really nice to see. So this looks like it's playing out right now. Let's just get on the 4-hour time frame and the 45-minute to see where this could be going and what the structure is. So what you're going to be doing here is an ABC, right? You're going to be doing an ABC correction in a wave 2. Let's see here, 5th wave. So again, this card already be just a C leg, and it could extend higher, which I do expect it to. I have a target here at 102, which means from the after hours it would have to climb another 4.5%, which is not too bad if the guidance was good, which I'm assuming it is because it keeps on trucking higher. But we'll be patient with it, and we'll have to see. We'll follow up tomorrow on tomorrow's price actually, because it's not how they open, right? It's how they close. That's really the important part. You could open up all the way up here, but if you close all the way back down here, then I'm guessing the guidance was not that great, and the investors decided to sell out, right? So that's basically it. I expect the C leg to continue higher in a 5-wave move. So 5-wave move inside of a C leg, and then you'll finish up. All right, let's head over to ROKU today. So ROKU, a bit of a down day today. It looks like it's still chopping sideways here. I think it should continue up higher in this wave 3. Now I did give an alternate scenario that this wave 2 still has to play out a little bit further, which is still possible, which means that this is an ABC, like so, and it should come back down to maybe 77 or something like that and hold this low. It should not pierce it or go below it, and after that, you could be headed higher, right? So again, technically you're still valid. The B wave, technically I do like the structure. It's not too bad, and we'll do a little bit of a short-term target for you guys to see where this could end up in the short term. So right now, just looking at it, I can give you guys a very quick buy area between the 100% retracement to the 1.618. So right around here would be where you want to look for some longs if you're looking to catch this wave 3 of 3. The 3 of 3 move is very, very impulsive, very volatile, and I mean this should carry the market. But if we do get a pullback, if the S&P starts to pull back towards the 4,800 level, then you should see ROKU come into this buy area and it should hold. Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's take a look at a few more stocks here, individual names. Let's move on to Tesla. So Tesla today, a nice little update. I had a nice little pop, gap open, and some selling into the close. And after hours, we are down about 3.4%. Not too surprising, the mega caps, the Mag 7, they're all down right now because Google is pooping in its pants on earnings. So which is only natural for us to see some selling, and we are quite overbought. We are very extended. So right now, NVIDIA and Tesla looks like, not NVIDIA, but let me get back to Tesla. I know I'll do NVIDIA because I wanted to talk about both. So looks like the wave 4 has already ended potentially for Tesla, and we're gonna head into the buy area around 176 to 143. Although I don't think we're gonna get to 143 given the oversold conditions. I'll probably place my bets probably from this downsloping trend line that we have here. So from this pivot point all the way to this pivot point. If you get to the 170 to maybe even like 168 level, I would like this I would actually even double down on the long position and add to Tesla, because this should be a very good setup for a 5th wave finishing right around this area. And then it would probably give us some sort of bullish divergence as well. RSI was at 18 We got a small pop. It's starting to come back in once again. And it's down like 3.4% now. We'll get on the smaller time frame, see if we can make an ABC pattern. I actually don't see the B wave just yet, so maybe this is the B wave. So you could be doing something like this, A, B, and C, and go a little bit higher, which means that the 4 is not in yet. And then you'll come back down in a fifth wave, if any, right? If you do pull back. If it's too impulsive and you start to take off, then we miss the third wave bottom, and this was your 4 and this was your 5 and it finished. Okay, so that's basically it, and then you can start your new cycle higher for Tesla. So I really like the trade right now on Tesla. Let's move over and we'll take a look here at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA right now, if the markets pull back tomorrow, then you should see the third wave being finished here. After that, we'll have to look for some sort of retest, possibly down to the 540 level, maybe from the previous breakout. But given how impulsive and pumpy this stock is right now, these dips should be supported. People should be buying them. AMD is down in the after hours about 6%, which is probably why NVIDIA is down, and the semis are down. The semi SMH is probably down as well, down about 1%. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that's earnings for you. It could be a wild card. Some people are very bullish, some people are bearish, and that's just the way she goes. So you guys who are playing earnings, usually you can take a look at the chart and it kind of gives you an indication of what's going to happen. Okay. All right. That's enough on individual names. Let's head over to Nat Gas. And actually, maybe before we head over to Nat Gas, let's take a look at the IWM. So the IWM is actually up in the after hours, 24 basis points. Surprisingly, I actually expected it to be down, like the triple Qs, but right now this is why I guess we have the IWM to triple Q correlation. The chart is showing, if you do the IWM to triple Q right now, let me just do the IWM and then compare. Actually, it's not compare, you have to divide IWM from triple Q. Let me see if I can get that, or divide triple Q. If you do this, then it's showing, or triple Q to IWM, sorry. It's showing that the IWM should be outperforming. What am I doing? What am I doing here? There we go. So you actually have a breakdown from the IWM to triple Q, which means the IWM should start outperforming the triple Qs. You should see money start to leave the triple Q sector and start to head over to more speculative IWM. So maybe we'll get some good news tomorrow from the Fed. That's going to signal that the Fed is done raising, that it's all green, it's all rosy, it's all rate cuts from here on out, right? Which means the small caps will outperform the large caps. And the large caps, not surprising, they are so bloated, they're so overbought, they're in the stratosphere. And you need for them to cool off for a little bit. Essentially, Meta's in new all-time highs, Microsoft new all-time highs, Apple not so much. Apple's coming down into wave 3, I believe, which is not so bullish. And Amazon, I think Amazon has earnings on Thursday, so again, things can change for Apple and Amazon. Things can completely take a turn for the best or the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can already make 5 waves up here. Let's move over. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're in the 5th wave on Amazon. You could finish at any moment. You've erased bearish divergence, I believe, or no, not yet. You need to continue to this peak and take this peak out. So maybe earnings on Amazon are going to be amazing, and you're going to get this RSI breached, which means you'll probably head back up to these resistance areas here, and then you'll finish up around that area, and then Amazon can start to pull back afterwards. Okay, all right. I think that's about it for individual names and the IWM. Let's actually take a look at the TLT before we finish our commodity. So TLT is not, I guess it's an individual name, but TLT is the 20-year bond. So we're going to be looking at the rates here. So right now the rates are coming down, which is a good sign that TMF and our TLT trade is going well. So congrats to you guys who are in the TLT right now, who took the TLT trade that I outlined, the TMF trade. You guys are doing pretty well. We looked at TLT on the 4-hour time frame. We saw significant buying coming in, and then we saw a couple of days that the TLT was just chopping sideways, and it's all it was doing is chopping up traders. It's just chopping up traders, confirming green dot low and then red dot and then another green dot. So it's just indecisiveness, and it's just making traders stop out of their trades before the true move comes. And the true move is bullish because you have green money flow, momentum is coming back. Weekly time frame is looking good as well, with a significant bottom down here, I believe, on the monthly. Yep, significant bottom with bullish divergence on the monthly. So rates should come down, right? Which means yields should yields should come down, which means prices should come up for the TLT. All right, so that's it. ABC correction should come back up. Just be patient on this one. These bond trades can take a long period of time to play out. But if you're sitting on your positions, sell some covered calls and earn those premiums every single week. All right, let's move over to oil and nat gas finally. Jesus. All right, oil and nat gas. So nat gas up a slight amount today, not too much. When we look at the futures, unfortunate, but the futures came all the way back down here. This could be an ABC correction, but looking at it, how impulsive it is, it's just not good price action right now. It's not that bullish anymore, but I still like it in the long term, obviously. But overall, it's not the best. You actually do have a nice little bullish divergence set up here for nat gas on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, just look at this oversold condition, the bounce up, the lower low, and so far it's holding. Let's just take a look at nat gas on wave edge to see what we can find in terms of significant buying. 4-hour, nothing there. You got a green cross on 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, a huge amount of buying on the 1-hour time frame. Let's take a look here at nat gas, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, daily is curling up just a little bit. 4-hour has confirmed a green dot low. 1-hour actually 1-hour looks like it's going to extend further towards the downside on market cipher. So maybe there might be some more buying coming here on the 1-hour time frame. So don't bet too heavily right now on that gas. This is known to be the widowmaker, so it technically can go lower. That's about it. I think we've covered everything. Oh, let's finish up with oil. So oil is coming back up right now. Another update. Now, I said we need to see a significant break above this level here, which we have. We're back above this upsloping trend line, and we are holding it for now. Now, we need to see us breach the $79 to $80 level. Then we could very well be on our way, but we have just so much resistance. I don't think it's going to be so easily achieved. So just be patient on this one. Oil could be, very volatile sometimes, but overall, these moves can take a bit of time. It could be extremely volatile, or it could just chop sideways for weeks on end. All right, so that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And tomorrow is going to be the Fed fund rate announcement at 2 o'clock and 2:30 p.m. So don't miss it. It's going to be exciting. We'll see if the Fed rug pulls the market or if they support it. All right, peace.